Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brad and welcome back to Screamin' Pirate EDC. Today we're getting back into the swing of things, so it's post Blade Show and we're going to be looking at the pickups from Blade Show here moving forward for a bit. But first up, I thought the ones that I know people are very excited for and you can't really get your hands on are some automatics, specifically from McNees and from Hinderer. So we're talking about the XM18 automatic and the McNees AutoMac. We're going to be comparing them and looking at some sizes versus some other very popular automatics. Let's get into it. So first up, we're going to have some actual specs on the screen for you. But let's take a closer look at the XM18. So let's really, the automatic. So let's really get a good close-up of this knife. It's quite literally the XM18 with no flipper, no thumb studs, just the automatic button on it. So you press to release and then you press again and then you can close with your hand manually, okay? But that's all there is to this knife. There is no filler tab on any of the sides besides on the right tip down pocket carry. That's it. When I asked them about the tip up, so you could put like different, filler tabs up there, customize your Hinderer, it's because of the mechanism up there, which fully understand. But that is a close-up of this. This is going to be a battle bronze with a, I believe they call it their working finish. I believe this is their working finish. So we have a close-up of that one. Now let's go ahead and do a close-up of the AutoMac, so the McNees AutoMac. The Hinderer is in titanium handles and the AutoMac is in aluminum handles, so it is noticeably lighter. But the other thing is one is flat ground, the Hinderer, and you get a hollow ground with the McNees. These are also in Magna Cut. I don't know how many will be, but that's kind of nifty. The other thing you're going to notice off the bat is that you have a button that is inset into the scales on the Hinderer, and it's a little bit raised on the McNees. He did say he wants to set that into the scale so you don't actually bump it, because this thing does fire. When I say fire, like it goes, guys. It does not delay at all, as it were. But there is an up close of the two of them, so you can kind of get, a nice close look. Let's go ahead and do some size comparisons. So first up, right away, let's do the two of them next to each other. So there we go, guys. Next to each other, this is what you're looking at. Now, if you've never held either one, which most people haven't, that doesn't do you much good. So let's go and start once again with the Hinderer and put it next to some of other knives that you probably know. How about next to a standard XM18, guys? I mean, it's a one for one, as you can tell. So, and then another Hinderer that is also a little bit bigger, and it is based off the XM18. How about your 0562 Tie from ZT? Okay, there you go. And then let's go ahead and bring out some Protex. I think for this one in particular, let's bring out two of the bigger boys. So this is going to be, oh gosh, the Rockeye. It's a Les George design. So there you go, next to the Protec. Okay. And then the biggest. Guys, this is a Godfather. This is actually on loan from Hellacious Blades. You should go check them out. But here is next to a Godfather. The little stiletto, very cool. But give you a rough idea of size. One more that both of these are going to be compared to a lot is going to be the Protec ATCF. Part of the reason for this is this knife won a whole lot of awards at Blade Show, guys. So this is a Terzola design. So there you go, right next to each other, okay? So now we have those out of the way. Let's go ahead and do the McNees. Now, what's interesting about this one in particular with the AutoMac it started out with the McNees 3.5 blade, but it's actually down to a 3.3-inch blade. And it's the same handle to start, but it's a little bit thinner. And he extended where your finger sets right here. Okay, guys? So a little bit shorter blade, and he extended this area. So I'm saying that, but let me show you. Because I have the prototype McNees 3.5 from Blade Show last year. So as you can see, bolster to bolster, or I say bolster, but like, there you go, handle to handle, little bit longer, okay guys? Little bit, but very, very similar, okay? But then how does it compare to the Mac 3, the 3-inch blade? So there you go. Obviously, just a touch bigger, right? Okay. Figured that would help you guys. It would make a whole lot of sense there. But let me go ahead and set those off to the side and get some other ones for you. So once again, against the Godfather. There you go. Okay. And then this is going to be against the Rockeye. All right. Go. And then the ATCF. Okay, guys. So I really feel in the price category we're looking at, the best comparison is going to be your ATCF. Mine with this particular micarta scales, I believe they're around $450. I think if memory is serving. If not, I'm gonna have a pop-up for you guys to tell you what that price was. I don't remember off the top. But the McNees was $450 at Blade Show, and the Hinderer was $650. Now, your price difference there is you have titanium scales on the Hinderer, and they are laser etched. So, you know, increases price. Which, just so you know, guys, I talked to both Jonathan McNees and Rick Hinderer about this, and they both agreed that the titanium added cost, okay? So out of these three knives, so let's go ahead and have another close-up look at the ATCF, the Mac 2 3 and the Mac 2 AutoMac. I do apologize, guys. And then the XM18 automatic. So I'm going to go ahead and have a quick overview of those three. But these are roughly in the same, you know, price point-ish. And if you're looking to spend, you know, a fair bit of money, you know, over $400 on an automatic knife, this is probably what you're going to be looking at. They're all USA made. The ProTech and the Hinderer are made in their shops. And the McNees, you know, has all US parts and everything is assembled, and he works on all the blades himself, okay? Out of the three, I really love the hollow grind on the McNees. I really do, guys. The hollow grind makes a big difference. If you haven't seen it, there are some patches that are going to say hollow be that grind, so that's cool stuff. But also, I like the way the McNees fits in my hand. It's damn near perfect, guys. Damn near perfect. It is super comfortable. Now, that's not to say that the Hinderer is not comfortable, but you know, it's kind of a, I'm trying to figure out where I sit on this knife. So it's not out of the box. I don't feel like I exactly know where to index. Maybe that's the best way to put it, guys. It doesn't do a ton for me as far as that. Now, are the ergonomics bad? No, they're not bad at all. The flat ground behind the edge, I mean, guys, it's a thick boy behind the edge, I'm gonna be honest with you. And then you have your ATCF. So it's a lot more neutral handle, and this is so you can do a little more piercing because Terzola does a lot of self-defense, but I tend to put my thumb out here, okay? But this is pretty neutral. The clip is a little bit, you can feel it more than the other two, but nothing substantial, okay? The ATCF was probably my favorite automatic, hands down, when I got it. Now it's one of these other two. I'll be entirely honest, guys. I really like them. They're great. Let's go ahead and talk about my problems with them, though. So on the McNees, there's two things very specifically. This clip looks like it just doesn't belong. I mean, honestly, guys, I know it's the same clip that he has on his 3.5s, but it doesn't look like it belongs. I don't really know what he could do to fix that. Personally, as of right now, you know, maybe a milled clip that you have the screw on the bottom side like the ATCF would help this a whole lot. But it just looks slapped on there. The other thing is, and I know he's going to fix it, is this button. So that button is really raised out of there, guys. And so whenever your hand just kind of glides over it, it's going to fire, okay? And it fires hard, which is great. It fires as hard as any ProTech I've ever had. I mean, guys, the ATCF, okay, it comes out. There's the McNees. Those are equally hard firing knives. I would say that the Godfather's also, I mean, that thing comes out, guys, because it's a lighter blade. All right, I would say the McNees fires just as hard, which is what I want in an automatic, okay? It's what I've come to expect from all the ProTechs. With that being said, guys, I think the McNees is great. He does have some changes to make, in my opinion. The Hinderer, I don't like it. Rick, I hope you watch this. I do not like this knife. Okay, guys, there are a couple reasons. One, I have no idea why this pocket clip, doesn't exist on the other side. I mean, and when I asked, it was, oh, we want the button facing towards you and not away from you. And I'm thinking, what about lefties? It doesn't matter. The blade would be facing towards their hip anyway. It doesn't make a difference. Like, automatics are one of the only few universal left-hand, right-hand knives that it doesn't matter whether you're left hand or right hand, you can open it. I think that's a massive mistake in my opinion. I think McNees could do it too, but Hinderer has always had a way to move pocket clips around, even if it was on one side, and now it's literally in one position only, period. It doesn't really, I really don't know how I feel about it just being a 1-for-1 of the actual XM18, guys. And when I say 1-for-1, I mean, it's literally the same goddamn screws, okay? Like, they're using the same standoffs, the same screws, the same, like everything is the same except for the mechanism. I would have liked to see something fresh, to be honest. You know, yeah, McNees is very much like his 2 and his 3.5, but it's a shorter blade. The handle's slightly different, so it's just different enough that it fits in the lineup. This is literally just an XM18. If you love Hinderers, I guess, yeah. The other problem I have, and this is a massive one for me, and this is the killer of this knife. So when you make an automatic, what you can do, and I can try to show this to you guys if I hold this right, you can either do like a ramp on the button or in the blade so it can drop into it. There it is on the McNees, okay? The cutout, all right? And then if I grab the ProTech, let me see if I can grab him. ProTechs are pretty good at hiding their mechanisms. But there is the ProTech. You see the cutout and the blade? Okay. On the XM18, on the other hand, look how shallow that is, guys. Okay. So what happened, if I can try to get up behind it and get you guys to see it. There it is. Okay. What happened, and Rick told me this himself, he decided to put the ramp on the button and not on the blade. Because he did that, and there's a little bit of a burr on mine, this is what happens. So let me show you, and it's going to be close. So if I push, what's happening is that button is setting up on the blade. It's not fully deploying it. So it's not going to go anywhere, okay? But it's doing that, so then, and then you push again, then it fires. It makes it feel gritty and sluggish, I'll be honest. Also, the spring is significantly heavier than the other ones, so it feels like a lazy action, is the best way I can put it. So when you open it, it's, all right, so it's a little bit delayed because of that button too. See how much snappier that is? That the Hinderer feels a little lazy. This button, I was told that there's a burr. Well, there's not a burr. I can't see a burr. No one I talk to can. And it hasn't gotten any better with time, which is what Rick told me it would. Personally, I wouldn't buy the XM18. I'll be honest, guys. Would not buy it. I think that it is no better than a regular XM18 unless you are in love with Hinderers and want that automatic desperately. I don't think it's worth $650, personally. The McNees, I think as soon as he fixed that button and has it inset, money. I think that competes with any ProTech that I've had. Okay, guys? Absolute money. Well, guys, hopefully you like the overview. Hopefully you came here to see more about these knives, and I helped you a little bit on that. With that being said, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.